not earned. You're being given goodness for things you have not earned. You did not pay for it. You did not work for it. It's just being given to you. That is what grace is. And that's what we're being given every morning. We are given the grace to be alive, the grace to be well physically, grace of righteousness. So many graces have been given to us through what Christ fulfilled on the cross. And that's the reason why we have every reason to rejoice and be glad. He said, in this world you'll have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. My name is Frederick Njiri, and you know what? The Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission has projected that it needs 61.7 billion shillings as budget for the 2027 general election. Deputy Chief Executive Officer Obadiah Ketani, during a presentation to Parliament, highlighted several key financial requirements that the amount will cover. This includes 7 billion shillings to be allocated for boundary delimitation pending a court advisory. The IEBC also anticipate registering additional 5.7 million voters, bringing the total to 28 by 2027. Additionally, 14 pending by-elections are projected to cost approximately 480 million.
The Commission projects to register 5.7 million more voters, to have a total of 28 million and conduct the 2017 general elections. List of proposed projects and respective expenditure allocation. The Commission has no development project for the year 2024-25. However, it proposes to implement the Uchaguzi Center project and construction of county warehouses in the medium term as reflected in the next two. H. The implementation status of Cabinet resolution on reforming state corporations aimed at addressing operation and financial inefficiencies, enhance service delivery, and reduce dependence on exchequer. The Commission does not have a Cabinet resolution on that effect. Request to the committee. The Commission requests this committee to note the submission, support in allocation of adequate resources. Number 3, we need the front-loading to 25-26 to facilitate preparation of the general election and implementation of the constitutional mandate.
And you know, all this has to be done before 2027, so they really have a very short period of time. Now, opposition leader Raila Odinga says he will address the nation next week on his next political move following his loss in the concluded African Union chairmanship election in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Odinga kicked off in his consultative meetings, holding the first one in Kisumu after arriving from Mombasa on Monday night. He met elders from the Luo Council in the morning in a closed-door meeting that was attended by elders drawn from Kisumu, Migori, Homa Bay, and Siaya counties. Later in the afternoon, the former premier held a close to 2-hour closed-door meeting at the City Hall with youth from across the county. Speaking to the press after the City Hall meeting, Odinga said his consultative meetings will be held across the country, including Western, Coast, Central, Northeastern, and even Rift Valley regions.
I'd said that there was going to be life after Addis Ababa, and that's why I'm back here. And I say that before I make any comprehensive statement, I was going to consult widely. I'm not just going to be confined to Nyanza or this part of Nyanza. I will be talking to leadership from Kisii, from Western, from the coast, from the Rift Valley, from the Eastern, from Northeastern, from Central, all over the country. During this period of time, I'm going to consult before we make the next move, as I said. So I say that I will make a statement sometimes next week. And I want just to tell you here also that watch this space.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a statement next week.
Who fought a good fight in Addis Ababa is now back home with us. And he came to meet us, the leaders of the party in Kisumu County, so that we can share certain ideas, certain experiences for the betterment of our nation, Kenya.
You will remember that the Prime Minister held meetings with the President the day before. If you listen to the likes of John Badi, the CS, Treasury, you can actually almost tell the direction that the former Prime Minister will be heading. His lieutenants have been speaking out loud that direction. At the same time, President William Ruto has announced plans to buy land from absentee landlords at the coast, which will only benefit genuine squatters. The president warned of stern action against individuals invading land in the pretext that it will be allocated to them. Speaking when he laid the foundation stone for 154 units of the Diani Affordable Housing Project in Kwale County, President Ruto directed police to be vigilant and arrest those who invade people's land. At the same time, the president pointed out that the government is focusing on 4 key areas to create job opportunities for people. He singled out the affordable housing program as one of the initiatives that has so far created more than 250,000 jobs across the country.
Na tayari tumekubaliana na viongozi wenu. Tuko na priority list ya zile absentee landlords ambazo tutalipa mashamba yao wananchi ambao wanaishi hapo, tuwagawie iwe ni kwao, tuwapatie hati miliki ndio tuweze kusonga mbele. Lakini mimi nataka kutoa tahadhari. Kuna watu wakora na matapeli. Wakati wamesikia ati serikali italipa ardhi ya absentee landlords kwa wale wanaishi pale, sasa wamevamia mashamba ya wengine. Mimi nataka niwaambie provincial administration, watu askari polisi, hatuwezi kukubali watu wafamie mashamba ya watu wengine. Hakuna mtu anaruhusiwa ati kwenda kuvamia shamba ya mtu ati kwa ndio serikali iweze kumlipia hiyo ardhi. We are talking about squatters, the people who are currently occupying those pieces of land, and no Kenyan will be allowed to appropriate property of other Kenyans. Kwa hivyo, askari na watu wa provincial administration, make sure that you protect property that is private and that is public, and nobody should invade anybody's farm, because that is unconstitutional, and that is not the problem we are trying to solve. We are trying to solve the absentee landlord problem for those people who already are squatters in those pieces of land. And the Ministry of Lands is appropriately directed, and the Ministry of Interior must make sure that law and order is maintained in the Republic of Kenya so that we can protect property for all Kenyans.
And now chaos erupted at the Technical University of Kenya, or TUK, as students took to the street to protest the indefinite closure of the institution, which has been halted for 3 weeks. The situation quickly escalated into violent clashes between students and police, with officers firing tear gas canisters to disperse the students who had blocked Haile Selassie Avenue. The students are demanding the immediate resumption of classes, which was disrupted by a strike from staff members. They are urging both the university management and the striking UASU and KUSU unions to expedite their negotiation and bring an end to the standoff.
University was closed indefinitely 3 weeks ago. We started our semester last year in September. Up to now, semester is still going on. We've not sat for our exams, and we are demanding that school be reopened, and the Ministry of Education, the Parliament, and whoever is concerned should take responsibility of whatever is happening in the university. If it is to probe the management and the council, let them take responsibility. We want to go back to class.
We are here to stand in solidarity with our comrades from Technical University of Kenya, because we understand that education is a right and not a privilege, and they have been out of class for a very long time. Our call goes straight to the government, to the Ministry of Education, that we demand the opening of the Technical University of Kenya so that our comrades can go back to class.
To allow them to continue tampering with our rights to education. So what I'm going to urge the government and the Ministry of Education at large and the management of the Technical University of Kenya, hasten the process so that our comrades can go back to class.
Next Thursday, we are going to have a mother of demonstration here at the CBD. So we are asking the ministry, they should consider reopening TUK and give us the guidelines before Thursday.
Well, the education and the health sector are part of the sectors in this country that have really undergone a lot of disasters during this period. You've had lecturers going on strike, doctors going on strike, and in fact, the doctors and the lecturers are still on strike. So it's just a crazy mess. Tiaty Member of Parliament William Kamket has petitioned the Interior Ministry and the Office of the Attorney General over the gazettement of Kapedo and Mukutani as the headquarters for Suguta and Ilchamus sub-counties respectively. Appearing before the High Court of Kabanet, Kamket filed the case arguing that the creation of Kapedo as the headquarters for Suguta sub-county unlawfully alters the boundaries of Tiaty constituency. Kamket further noted that the Interior Ministry overstepped its mandate, as issue of boundaries demarcation is a sole responsibility of the Independent and Boundaries Commission and had no jurisdiction to gazette the two sub-counties.
Kulingana na hiyo petition ambayo ameshtaki serikali ya Kenya, aswa waziri wa ndani ameshtaki mwanasheria mkuu, anadai kwamba ile gazette notice ambayo imeweza kubuni sub-county ya Suguta ikiteua Kapedo kama headquarters, kulingana na hiyo petition ni kinyume cha sheria ya Kenya, kwa sababu moja, hakukuwa na public participation. Watu wa Tiaty ambao wanadai Kapedo hawakuhusishwa. Pili, hiyo gazette notice ambayo imeweza kutengeneza ama kubuni Suguta sub-county vile vile imekuwa na uwezo wa kusukuma watu wa Tiaty constituency wakaingie Turkana County.
Jambo la kwanza, Kapedo iko ndani ya Tiaty na iko ndani ya Baringo County, na kutengeneza sub county ya Suguta na kuweka Kapedo kama headquarter ni makosa na ni jambo la kikatili ambayo ilitengenezwa, ambayo ilifanywa na wale wako katika hiyo ofisi ya Interior.
Kama serikali ukweli watafuata ukweli, Kapedo itarudi kuwa yetu, kwa sababu ni juzi tu Cheboy alipeana file ya hospitali ya Kapedo iende Turkana wakati walikutana na Nok wakati alikuwa governor. Cheboy akapeana file, Kapedo imekuwa mpaka 2015 operation Kapedo Dispense Health Center imekuwa operation under Baringo. Madaktari wote wamekuwa Baringo.
All right, let's take a look at the newspapers. We start off with the Standard, pain of Haiti. And you have the picture of the soldier or police officer who lost his life in Haiti. And then the family. At 25, Naomi Samuel never thought she would be a widow after what they first thought was a career break for her husband turned into a nightmare when he succumbed to injuries during the controversial Haiti mission. Samuel Keutai's widow, Naomi Samuel, during an interview with the newspaper. We pray for grace to be upon her. Then you have Todonyang residents decry state inaction after deadly militia. You know, the state has up until now not given the figures, but over 20 people are missing there. So I remember on Sunday, a senior government official was saying that we had a little problem in Todonyang. 20 lives is not a small problem. Juja Member of Parliament gets 500,000 K bail in papers forgery case. This is the Member of Parliament who had claimed that the government used 13 billion shillings in campaigning for Raila Odinga. Then you have the stories of women who have to sleep with at least one eye open to keep their babies safe. Polls agency seek 661 billion, for 2027 election, the most expensive yet, even as ODM wins big in Senate as it gains control of 7 committees. Say what? Patients struggle as ministry and private hospitals fight for billions. Hii kitu ya hospitali mimi nasikia kinisinya sana. Then you have the back page of the Standards. I don't believe this is happening, but I won't retreat. That's Ateta, who says that Arsenal will fight for English Premier League title to the end. The Gunners who face Nottingham Forest today are 11 points behind Liverpool. Then we got The Nation. The headline screams out 61 billion. IEBC polls shocker. Then Shah crisis, no deal to unlock billions after state-private hospital stocks. Now, I wish, you remember that nurse who stormed into the Ministry of Health, protesting the fact that even as the officials were sitting in office, people are dying in the hospitals. I wish that kind of thing can happen again as these guys negotiate over money. Because what is happening, as they negotiate, there are people who are suffering in the hospitals without accessing this SHA thing. And so it is not a good thing. Merger of parastatals leaves 700,000 children exposed. Which children are these? And we don't have children in working for government. Atina kue. Well, the fate of 700,000 children under the Child Welfare Society of Kenya hangs in the balance following the decision by government to merge state-owned enterprises in a bid to cut operational cost. Okay. Then the body of the Briton reveals dark secret of Makongo. Court throws out petition, paves way for guards, pay increase. Then you got Gashagua's Mount Kenya offer to Raila triggers a storm. He claims that he is in constant consultation with the former President Uhuru Kenyatta on the matter. XDP says it's up to ODM leader to decide whether he wants to be president or not. What? Hey, Vane. Literally what Gachagua is telling Raila is that come and join me and Mount Kenya will support you to unseat President William Ruto. And if that combination works, then I think the president will have a very difficult time winning the election in 2027. But he said next week he will tell the nation the direction he's going to take. And then we still have that no deal to unlock billions as state and hospital stock while people die. Then the Star, you have MOU, however, remains closely guarded. Secret treaty, Raila and Ruto signed 2027 deal. MPs reject UDA ODM bid to deal with party rebels. If the opposition took majority seats in the Senate committees, then you know that a deal was struck. President Ruto to give Raila more CSS, PSS slot as new alliance plotted. Alam as 200 poll Kim kits not in IEBC custody. Auditor General's report says only 2 devices were reported lost after the election, but now 200 pieces cannot be traced. MPs reject Ruto Raila bid to deal with party rebels. And then the back page, you have starlets in focus. Now, today is a Wednesday, and Wednesdays we always deal with the mindset. And today we are dealing with the mindset of networking. You got to know that your network is your net worth, and if you don't got a network, then you don't got a net worth. Nimesound leo kama mtu wa Texas, Alice, tuende break alafu turudi na hiyo interview ama namna gani?